Guys, we've had him on calls in the past. Dale Guiducci, what a phenomenal gentleman. This guy has a wealth of experience, a wealth of knowledge. He's one of our top builders, one of the first people in the company to hit pro builder and is pushing beyond it. And okay, he's a sales rep, crushing the game as a sales rep. And for those of you guys that didn't know, Dale Guiducci is also like a professional public speaker. Okay, he's emceed big events. He's helped put on events. Yeah, no, he is. He might not agree with that, but he absolutely is a legend. And so, guys, please give a huge reach welcome and round of applause for pro builder Dale Guiducci.
All right.
Yeah,
Go Dale. Big
Good
Dale.
morning. If you ever want to feel good about yourself, just have Nick introduce you. It's amazing. Last year at this time, there's a couple named Doug and Gina up in Connecticut, and I sold them a solar system. And I got to meet them. They're great people, had a lot of fun with them. Gina called me about 6 weeks ago, and she was so excited. She said, oh my gosh, she goes, we haven't had a utility bill for 6 months, and we've got $600 worth of credits built up with our utility company. Now, for those of you that are new, she was getting a utility bill, right? It's just that it was only the hookup fee. It was only the baseline fee of about $20 a month because the solar system was producing the rest of her energy. And the credits came from the fact that a solar system is going to produce more energy than a homeowner actually needs to use throughout the day to power their house. So that energy is going to go out to the grid, and the solar company, in this case Eversource, is paying a retail amount back to them, and it's building up as credits. Now, in the wintertime in Connecticut, that's when they use more energy, so she's going to get to use those credits to offset what she's using in the winter. So I just wanted to explain that if you're new to solar. Well, the thing that she told me on that call is that Doug, her husband, has a friend that he works with, Juan Rodriguez, and Juan was mentioning to Doug that he had gotten a solar quote. And Doug said, oh my gosh, no, you got to talk to my guy, Dale. So they gave me the number. I called Juan. I got the utility bill. I ended up getting he and his wife, Rosemary, on the phone within a few days. We did the presentation. Great couple, by the way. And I went through the slide deck, the REACH slide deck, and then I went through the numbers. And when I showed her the price, she said, wait a minute, I got to stop you right there. And I didn't really know what to expect, to be honest. And she said, that price you just gave me, the previous price we got was way more. And I'm like, well, how much more? And she goes, almost double, almost double. I did not lowball that price. The price I gave her was just under $60,000. It was 16.15 kilowatt system, just under $60,000. It was $3.71 a watt, which is a healthy price for a solar system. It was a 97% offset, so I couldn't build it anymore. In other words, my system wasn't smaller than the one that was quoted to them prior for almost, it was $110,000. Mine was 60. She had gotten a quote for $110,000 for relatively the same size system. She just was dealing with a company that, in my opinion, the salesperson was either unknowledgeable or was trying to like gouge the hell out of them, one of the two. So let's just give them the benefit of the doubt and said it was a mistake. Okay, leave it at that. So I believe that every home, nearly every home in America in the next 2 decades is going to have solar. That's my firm belief after having been in this industry a little over 2 years now. Now that I know what I know about solar and I see what's going on in the industry and how much it's really helping homeowners. I believe that they're going to build subdivisions, right? When a builder takes a big piece of land and he cuts it up, or she cuts it up, they're going to cut it up in such a way that those plots are going to have the home angling the sun to get the most out of a solar system. I believe that they're going to have build the roof pitches on a home to get the most out of solar. I believe all these things and way more that I can't even imagine. I believe those things are going to happen in the next 20 years. And I believe almost every homeowner in the United States is going to have solar. Now, if you don't think that way, that's okay, because I'm going to tell you a story about an industry that I didn't think that way about, and I was proved completely wrong. about 20, 25 years ago, I can't remember the exact date or time or year, but I was sitting on a plane there was a delay in the plane taking off, and they came over and they say, hey, it's going to about 20 minutes. We got to fuel up, whatever they were doing. I forget. So I got on my cell phone and I called my buddy George, who I hadn't talked to in a long time. I went to college with this guy. I've known him for way, way, way too many years, this guy. So I called him up and I said, hey, how's it going? We got into a conversation. How is your business? Well, George at the time worked for a company that had multiple locations throughout Southern California selling cell phones. It wasn't Verizon, T-Mobile, that kind of thing, because back in that day, it was all sort of dealers that worked for Verizon and T-Mobile selling cell phones, right? How's business, George? He said, it's unbelievable. We are setting record selling cell phones. And I didn't understand the industry. I had a cell phone, but I flew around the country for business at that point. I needed a cell phone, but I didn't understand that everybody wanted a, like, why would people want a cell phone? Why would someone, a stay-at-home parent, need a cell phone? Why would a child or a teenager need or want a cell phone? I didn't understand the concept. And he said, Dale, everybody in the United States is going to have a cell phone. And I accepted it only for the sake of the conversation, but I didn't really, to be honest with you, believe it at the time. And he said, everybody's going to have, and I said, well, okay, so if everybody has a cell phone now, then where's the business for you? Like, if you sell everybody a cell phone in the United States, where's your company going to go? He goes, no, you don't understand. He said, there's going to be different iterations of cell phones. Like, cell phones are going to become your own personal computer. Like, you're going to get your email on your phone. You're going to be able to take pictures on your phone. You're going to be able to do videos on the phone. You're going to be able to do the internet on the phone. People can send you any kind of document they want, and it's going to come right into your phone. It blew my mind. Like, I couldn't grasp the concept. All right. I accepted it, again, wishing him the best of luck. Didn't believe it. Well, here we are. And a lot of you youngins, right, are probably laughing because you grew up with cell phones, but I didn't, and I didn't get it, and he did, and he won out, and guess what? He still works for Verizon today. That's been his whole career. Well, if you don't believe that solar is going to take that same growth factor, right, that everybody in the United States, with rare exception, is going to have solar on their home, they absolutely are. They absolutely are. Now, the question for you is, do you want your mom, your dad, your uncle, your aunt, your friends, your relatives, your neighbors, the people you care about, the person that you meet on the street that you go, oh, that's a nice guy, that's a nice gal. Do you want those people, because they're going to go solar, do you want those people to buy that solar system from a company that could potentially charge them $60,000 more or $50,000 more than what they need to pay for a solar system? Or do you want them to buy it from a company like Reach that, yep, we got a fair price, we're going to make money on that deal, but we are saving them $50,000 on their solar system? Do you want Reach to sell it to them? And do you want to be the reason why they come to Reach? Guys, there's a phenomenal opportunity here. Reach is the company that is putting homeowners first. You just need to get on a presentation to be able to see that, and you just need to get a utility bill into the system to be able to see that presentation. It's just a must for you, because if you don't do it, you're going to be like me 20 years from now going, you know what, that guy, he said that was going to happen. Right. And I'm going to close with this. I got a message. This couple that I met 5 weeks ago now that decided to go solar, that was going to get overcharged, that decided to go solar with Reach. Last Tuesday, my wife and I evacuated from our home in the Tampa Bay area, and we drove up to Georgia. That morning, I got an email from Juan and Rosemary. This is their couple. And now I had met them, I think 3 times via Zoom. They had some questions. We came back to it, and then we had to get the contract signed, things like that. So Zoom, right? That's the only way I know them. I got an email from Juan offering that if I could get to the Tampa airport with my wife, that we could fly up to Connecticut and we could stay in their guest room free of charge to get away from the hurricane. Now, I tell you that it got me a bit choked up when I saw the email, because it meant to me that, you know what? I'm making a connection with people. I'm developing a relationship with people. And I say that to you guys today because I want you to know that you absolutely can accomplish that via Zoom. Some people are reluctant to get into a sales situation when you're doing it via Zoom. You don't need to worry about that. You can make great connections with people. And then the last thing I'll tell you is that deal was submitted on September 21st. That was the day it went into the system, signed contract, was submitted September 21st. I got a text from Juan this morning showing me pictures of them installing the solar system on their house today, less than 30 days, we're getting that system installed. So I just back to you guys, but setters, pay attention, man, pay attention, because it's going to happen, and it can happen because of you too.
Seriously, thank you so much. That's the type of story. That's why we're doing this, right? Really making an impact on people. So much so, like, it really was. Like, you almost brought me to tears saying that, man. Like, that they felt so much like that like you would help them, that they're trying to return the favor even, right? Like, that is so, I mean, dude, that's what I love. Okay, that's what business should be like. Win-wins, okay? Win-win. So thank you so much for sharing. That is incredible. We're going to have you back on again. I know you're going to be helping a lot more people.